Hello and welcome to The Wave from Ocean Reef, a podcast about the flow of life today and how you and I might ride with or swim against it. I'm Dan Meyer, Chaplain-in-Residence at the beautiful Ocean Reef community in Key Largo, Florida, and here's The Wave for today. Many years ago, I took a summer job at IBM's massive corporate headquarters in Armonk, New York. That workplace was extremely busy and beautiful. But I remember it was also one of the loneliest buildings I'd ever been in, until I met the priest. Lou McCarthy was standing by the water cooler. I faintly recognized him as the guy who sang in the back row of the choir at the church my family attended. A stocky, balding man of about 60, Lou's shirt sleeves were rolled up that day as he filled cups of water for a couple of younger employees. When he saw my face, Lou let out a whoop of joy and began introducing me to the others there as if we were all family members who'd somehow never met. The cup of water he extended was just H2O in a blue Dixie cup. But for me and others in that hallway, it felt like communion in a place parched for nourishing community. That was only the first lesson Lou taught me that summer. I remember standing with him in the crowded cafeteria line one day when the guy in front of us realized that he did not have what it took to pay for all that was on his tray. As he flushed with embarrassment, Lou simply stepped forward, and he said, "I'd be delighted to cover that for you." You'd have thought he'd served the man a 7-course meal. On another day, I recall seeing Lou at a table across the room, bowing his head to say grace over his meal. I heard him one time gently telling another employee that he'd been praying for her, and I only later discovered she'd been diagnosed with cancer. I will always be particularly grateful for how often Lou stopped by to encourage me during a stretch when I felt frankly imprisoned in my cubicle and desperately trying to finish a project that threw me into a frenzy of fear. "It's going to be just fine, Dan," Lou would say. "You can do it. Just take it an hour at a time. I know you'll come out just fine." "That's an unusually nice guy," said Kathy, a somewhat cynical person with a desk near mine. "Yeah," I said, "he is. We go to the same church." "Really?" she said. And then one Sunday, later that summer, I saw Kathy walk in. I'm not sure that Lou McCarthy fully realized just how important the way he conducted himself in the workplace was to the purposes of God. He may have felt that singing bass in the choir was the most spiritual thing he did each week. But a church or chapel may be just the first sacred space we enter at the start of a new week. Everywhere we go, we can be about the business of building grace-filled relationships. Every step can be on holy ground. In his book, A Pretty Good Person, ethicist Lewis Smead says that the moment of grace comes to us in the dynamics of any situation we walk into. It's an opportunity that God sows into the fabric of a routine situation. It's a chance to do something creative, something helpful, something healing, something that makes one unmarked spot in the world better off for our having been there. The holy ground that you walk on this week may be an office or a home. It could be a school or a medical center, a golf course, a pickle court, or someplace else. The point is, we can all be mediators of needed grace to people who are thirstier for that than we may ever imagine. Thanks for the cool water, Lou. That's today's Wave from Ocean Reef. If you know of others who might appreciate this sort of content, I hope you'll pass it along or encourage them to find me on Spotify, Apple, or other podcast outlets. Until next time, I'm Dan Meyer, hoping that the flow of life is good for you.